Hello guys, today we are testing Mavuika F2P teams, their rotation and her playstyle. All the data I'm sharing is based on my own testing, so feel free to drop any suggestions or feedback in the comments. Before we dive in, I would like to let you guys know that we are hosting Welkin giveaway every weekend, and since we have hit 300 subs, there is also an extra giveaway this week, so be sure to check it out. Also keep in mind that the following content is taken from my live stream, so if you want to hang around to watch me test character kits, playstyles or just chill, make sure to join my stream. Let's get started. So I just wanted to test Tidal Shadow versus Male Flower with F2P team, right? So first I'm gonna do Tidal Shadow. Currently our stats are 2.2k attack with 200 EM. I'm running the Obsidian Codex, right? She's at C0 and talents are at 168. And her overall stats are 53 crit rate and 184 crit damage. I lucked out on artifacts getting decent EM. Now my Diona is having Sacrificial Bow and I'm running Instructor set just for that EM. She's also at C6. She also provides 200 extra EM. Bennett running Sapwood Blade. He's at C6 and Kachina, and she's running Favonius Lance with Cinder City. She's at C6. Her C2 helps with gaining more Nightfall points. Basically, she'll get more Nightfall points, so she can help Mavuika get more stacks of Fighting Spirit. I'm just gonna start with burst because with her C2, when I use burst, she's gonna leave her twirly thing on the floor, and I'll switch to Bennett. When I use Bennett burst, the twirly tail should trigger a crystallized reaction because her twirly will be on the field even if she's off field, right? It'll be there doing its thing. So first her burst, then his skill, then Diona triggered melt with her. So yeah. One advantage with this weapon is if you're healed, the passive will be activated. You need not have less HP to get healed, right? If the heal is triggered on you, irrespective of you're healed or not, you'll have that passive. So right now she has 3.8 attack and 527 EM coming from Diona C6 as well, and also the artifact set. So yeah, let me use the burst. Okay, she didn't crit.
Why?
Okay, she was at 200 fighting spirit, right? So she did around 496. I messed up the rotation. I shouldn't have attacked because Diona could apply cryo on her, but it's okay. Since this rotation is done. Okay. Luckily my Kachina didn't die. Luckily my Kachina didn't die. Same. So she was around 180-ish. She had around 180-ish fighting spirit when she did the second burst. So we did do 494, which is decent. And now I'll be switching the weapon. Yeah. I do think if you overcap EM, I did test it. If you overcap EM, it's not making much difference actually between this weapon and this weapon. If you overcap EM with this weapon, with Male Flower, having less attack, she's actually doing similar damage. We did melt. Yeah, she got a bit less attack when compared to earlier, but more EM because of Male Flower. One thing to keep in mind is Male Flower passive. We can't trigger it in the first rotation or in the second rotation. Actually, in the beginning of the rotation, it will only be triggered after she uses her ulti, the passive 24% attack and 96% EM, right? Because it says we need to hit the enemy with the elemental skill, right? One issue is when she is off field, when the character is off field, this passive won't be triggered. So let's say I use her skill, I switch to Kachina, Diona and do my rotation. This 8-second duration will be over. And again, if I trigger, let us say I switch back to her, the whole rotation is done, I switch back to her. Before I use my ultimate, let us say I use my skill, right? What will happen is her skill will steal the melt from Diona. She applies cryo, I skill, that skill will melt, and I can't melt with my ultimate. That's the issue. So it should be fine. Let us melt without this passive, but after melting with her ultimate, we'll have this passive active, and we should be able to melt with normal attacks and charged attacks after using ultimate. So that's one thing. She did do similar damage, because even with this weapon, right, she was doing 494. Now with Mail Flower, she did 498, I think. But it shouldn't matter much, because the one issue is why she hit so much with this weapon in my account, at least, is she has a lot of EM coming from her artifacts. Like she has 44 coming from here, 56 coming from here, then we have 63 from the feather and 44 from the flower. Yeah, I just lucked out on artifacts. Although my crit ratio it can be better, I can have more crit damage, but it's fine for now. So we'll wait for Diona to apply cryo, and now it's basically three normal attacks, one charge attack followed by one normal attack, right? I mean, what you do is you first ulti with her, you wait for Diona to apply cryo from off field, and then you do a charge attack. So you can do one thing, you can hit it twice and let it go, so that she can do this. Again, Diana will apply cryo. Again, you need to do this donut twice and let it go. So this should be an ideal rotation. So one easy way to get her stacks back, I mean fighting spirit back, is first tap her skill, switch to Kachina, do the attack, whatever you want to do, right? Do your rotation, switch to your characters, do your stuff. As you can see, she already got around 170, 180 ish. Now I'm able to use my ulti. Again, cryo is applied. Again, we can melt. Yeah, this keeps going. Other best options would be in her place, in Diona's place. You can replace her with her example. You can replace her with Rosaria, who does provide more crit rate, but she's already having 93 crit rate. I'm just bringing Rosaria because Rosaria can apply consistent cryo. And do remember, her ICD, we can do around 2 to 3 charge attacks. I didn't test how many charge attacks exactly you can test around, but I do believe it was 2. After using her ultimate, I'll use 2. First one will melt, second charge attack doesn't melt, and third I leave charge attack, so she does a slice, the normal attack with her. She leaves the bike and does the attack, right? So that doesn't melt. Again, I start with the charge attack. So that's my rotation. Same team. I'm gonna show you Rosaria. Rosaria is really good. Again, she's rocking Favonius Lance. Artifact, same instructor set. C6, I don't think it does matter. I mean, C2 does matter because she does, her burst duration increases. But other than that, I don't think anything else matters. So, talents doesn't matter, just the weapon. Not even the weapon actually, just for her here. It's just the artifacts and her cryo application. So, let's see. Simple ultimate for the first rotation only. First use her burst, then her skill. As you can see, oh, by the way, we remember that I have Tidal Shadow. I'm gonna do a showcase with Mail Flare as well here. Her EM is a bit lower. Her attack will gain more attack once Benny burst is triggered. The heal factor is triggered, right? Yeah, now it went up, as you can see. Now let us see the ultimate and also the rotation. It should be smooth. You should be able to do more charge attacks. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't go well.
Why?
But it is quite consistent actually.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Her ultimate, Bennett's ultimate. Apply some pyro. Skill with. So yeah, 327 EM attack, Tidal Shadow, and she did gain pyro damage bonus from Kachina. We did melt again. We will be able to trigger melt consistently. See, we already melted again. We can melt again. This keeps going. We can keep melting with this team. You see, the enemy still has cryo on him. So again, by the way, I'm testing with male flower, so do keep that in mind. Earlier it was Tidal Shadow.
みんながそばにいてくれるわ眠るの許さないこの天下で裁く
You see, I melted. Again, I can melt. Oh, she died.
Why?
You can run this team in this order because Kachina can trigger pyro this way. She can trigger pyro this way. So this team, what we can do is I need to use Kachina well here so that she can trigger both pyro and hydro with her crystallize. I'm gonna show you how. Right now she has 0% pyro damage bonus and 0% hydro damage bonus, right? So now let's go. Let me use Furina skill, her burst, use this, switch to Bennett, use his skill. Now you can see, if I go to Furina, right, we got both pyro and hydro. We got both pyro and hydro because Kachina leaves a twirly, this twirly thing, right, whatever this is called, this twirly on field, and when she leaves it on field, and let us say Benny use his burst and skill, he'll be able to apply enough pyro on the enemy so that Kachina can trigger the Syndicity buff with pyro. So I can, and the advantage with this team is we can do consistent waves. You need to retry it. I'm gonna show you that it is consistent and Kachina can trigger both pyro and hydro. One advantage is that since Kachina triggers both pyro and hydro, uh, Furina's personal damage also goes up. So there is that. But we can consistently vaporize with this team, and the waves are pretty insane. So yeah, it's almost dead. Do keep in mind my Furina is C1, so there is one extra damage she's doing, but ultimately this team is more consistent, is what I'm trying to say. And this team you can also run with Tidal Shadow because she'll be healed anyways. So yeah. So guys, that was 3 teams which we tried. So if you do like my videos, make sure to subscribe and drop by on my streams.